right here in Meridian, Idaho, and just under the big yellow water tower sits Meridian Speedway, site of this year's Idaho Central Credit Union Night at the Races, and host to race number 5 for the Project Filter Pro-4's. Last time out at the track, current points leader Jordan Harris and legendary Ken Chandler split double main. As we creep up on season's midway point, will we see a new name in victory lane, or will the dominant duo strike again? We've got 25 laps around this quarter-mile oval to figure it out, so strap in for the best 4-cylinder asphalt racing this side of the Rocky Mountains. I'm Mountain Packard, and this is another Hot Tuesday production. Sam Harris had some engine troubles lately, but managed a runner-up finish in our last outing. Without a doubt, the only driver in the field wearing nail polish and turning wrenches would be Jessica Harris. Qualified 5th, but still quick in that bright 03 machine. Could today be her day? Speaking of qualifying, we take a look now at how the field fared. Jordan Harris with quick time at a 14.0, followed by Kenny Chandler with a 14.1, not far behind. Here's a look at the heat race earlier in the day. Jordan Harris quick time does take the heat win. Ryan Bailey a close second there. Ken Chandler, Andrew Prince, and Jessica Harris round out the top 5. Well, let's take it down to pit road and hear what driver 33 has to say before the race.
Well, Kenny, today is a special day. First and foremost, it is your birthday. On behalf of myself and the entire Hot Tuesday production crew, happy birthday. And number 2, if my eyes don't deceive me, that's the Lahore chassis sitting right behind me.
It is.
Is it your birthday? What made you bring out the old car tonight?
Me and this car just got along really good for a lot of years. So it was time to bring her back out. We finally got the motor put back together.
Couldn't help but notice Chuck Neitzel's name on the quarter panel. What is it about this car that you decided to honor him in that way?
Well, I just, the paint colors are what Chuck always ran. Ever since I was building Pinewood Derbies or anything, they were always Chuck's colors. And when I put the wrap on and I thought about him, then I thought I'd put a little something on the car about it.
Well, I think you did an awesome job with the paint scheme. And honestly, it looks like the car is fast. You were second quick tonight. And I guess the real question is, are we going to be celebrating at the house or in Victory Lane tonight?
Well, hopefully we'll be in Victory Lane. We'll just have to wait and see, I suppose.
Well, hey, that's your 10-time Pro-4 champ, Kenny Chandler.
There's the one guy standing in the way from Kenny Chandler becoming an 11-time champion. That's your current points leader, Jordan Harris. Let's send it up to the booth where Ryan Bailey and Daniel Christensen will take over. Hope you guys enjoy the race.
Good crowd out for this.
Fans are packed.
Yeah, look at all those fans out there. That is great. Another Project Filter Pro-4 race. Race 5 of the season. Hot Tuesday production.
Jordan Harris got the fast lap.
That 22 chassis. I'm not certain exactly where that chassis completely came from. I know that Becker's owned it beforehand and it's been fast for a lot of years. Whether it was racing in the Northwest Pro-4 Alliance, Bob Copley's deal, or it came to Meridian, it was always been fast.
Got the face called starting lineup. Pole position, Sam Harris 33 and Jessica Harris 03.
Jessica Harris in the 03 has always been fast. 77, defending champion for the 2021 season, and the 10-time champion to the outside, Ken Chandler, 2 KCR cars in the second row.
Followed by Jordan Harris on the inside, 22, and on the outside, Andrew Prince.
Andrew Prince was fast in qualifying, but it looked like he had some technical issues. I think they've been fighting some ignition problems with that car.
Looks like they just pushed him off the track there.
Here we go. Project Filter Pro-4 in-car cam there. Dennis Dillon in-car cam. Looks like a rooftop cam. That is your 21 champion there. Looks like we're coming to 1 to go. Gonna get that fairly reliable Bob's Corvette off the track so that these 5 cars can put on a main event.
Looks like we're lining up here getting tight.
Don't be deceived. The 33 that's on the pole position is not Ken Chandler. That is a backup car that we actually lent to Sam Harris. Sam Harris had some technical issues. Thankfully, we had a car for him to run.
Going green.
Looks like Jessica Harris gets a little bit of run to the outside. That car has been proven to be fast for years. A couple of championships in that car. 33 takes second place. That is the orange 33 of Ken Chandler in that Lahore chassis, as was stated before. It's like the 22 working to the outside of that other 33. Those cars have raced for years, that's for sure.
It's a great view with Kenny Chandler and the Project Filter camera.
I always love those backup cameras. Man, it makes it look like you're doing a million miles an hour. Ken Chandler working to the inside of Jessica Harris in turn 1. Makes quick work of her. Now he's going to try to stretch out that lead, see what he can do with it. Speaking of rear, you can see the 2021 champion back there working on last place. Hopefully that 77 can actually pull something out and get a decent finish in this one.
Looks like you and Sam are kind of figuring out which one wants to take that gap. What are you thinking about right now?
I've raced that 33 chassis for a number of years. That chassis was actually a Matt Melby chassis that we had reconfigured to run this track. Couldn't quite make it work here, but that car is always
got a little contact there.
The 03 comes down, 96, 33, whatever you want to call him there. Sam Harris comes up, an atypical racing incident, no harm, no foul, let's keep racing.
Kenny Chandler just pulling away. Looks like he's got a few things figured out with this new car that he brought out to the track first time this season.
That car is not new to Ken Chandler. That's his old Lahore chassis. He's had that thing for about 400 years. He's got 3 different motor packages in it, and it's always been tuned and fast. He just needs to get in it and make it work.
It's a great looking view you got there, Ryan, with the Dennis Dillon onboard camera.
Oh, the split cam is always great for me. I love to see that. Dennis Dillon in car working on that 33. Definitely know what that 33's got, because the guy in that 77 put a lot of time and effort in that 33 car. So I know what that car can do, and I'm going to try everything I can to get around him because I want that position.
Kenny Chandler is out there in the lead, trying to maintain the gap between him and Jordan Harris.
Look at this crowd of cars right here. 77 finally getting to the inside of the 33. Not too long ago, Sam Harris worked to the outside of Jessica. Now she's coming back. They're going to swap this position, but it looks like the 03 is starting to figure it out. And that's great to see those guys really working for that position.
Yeah, they've got a really good back and forth. Meanwhile, Jordan Harris is trying to chase down Kenny Chandler.
You can see that 0.8 of a second. He's going to have to do some work to catch Kenny, because once Kenny's got free air and he can run that qualifying groove, it is really hard to catch him. Catching him is one thing. Passing him is a whole nother ball of wax.
Yeah, Jordan's going to have to do something spectacular to close that gap, and like you said, passing Kenny Chandler, that's in itself is a pretty big deal.
Now that car has passed that chassis, so the 22 car now, which was a previous champion's car, it has passed that 33 Lahore chassis before, but that was with a different driver. So we'll see how that car does coming into these main events. We'll see if Jordan Harris can make that thing work.
And Kenny's just continuing to kind of hold that gap right now against Jordan Harris.
That 0.8 is a godsend at this point, because that's
Yeah.
all he needs. He just wants that qualifying groove. His qualifying was so fast. He has it there. He just needs to stop trying to catch Ken Chandler and just start running his own lap. You can see he's loose on exit. He's just trying too hard.
Well, and he's got to figure something out pretty quick. You know, we've got 9 to go, and the clock is ticking down. So with these Pro-4's, what kind of motor are we working with?
You're working with basically a 2-liter motor. You're running right around 200 horsepower at around 2,000 pounds. So you're almost a 1-to-1 ratio, which you can still overpower them with the throttle. It's not like a late model where you're almost 2-to-1, you know, almost twice as much horsepower, but you also got more tire. You can still break these cars loose with the throttle. So unfortunately, if you set them up wrong, you miss it on your setup, you can definitely put yourself out of a race just out of your mind, your technical portion of it, or just missing it, trying to concentrate on the driver in front of you.
We're getting pretty close there, 5 to go. Right now we've got a good battle between 4th and 5th, between Jessica and Sam, continuing throughout this race.
I called this earlier. Those two are so close. They're back and forth. I think they swapped position probably 4 times in this main event, which is great for Jessica Harris. She needs to have that side-by-side experience. She's been doing it for a number of years, I understand, but getting into that side-by-side experience is definitely really putting it in her portfolio as she can get out there and run with these guys.
Well, as we have 3 laps to go between cornering and speed, what do these racers need? What's their preference? Do they try to balance it out?
Oh, the balance is huge, but unfortunately, depending on ambient temperatures and everything else, the way that this track changes from April to September is incredibly different, all dependent.
And we have the face call 1 to go.
White flag. Look at the leaders coming up on the rear of the pack. Good to see that they got there, but they didn't get lapped down.
Well, looks like we got Kenny Chandler, followed by Jordan Harris, Ryan Bailey, Sam Harris, and Jessica Harris, rounding out the top 5.
Jessica Harris and Sam are still racing. They could have made something right there at the end. Jessica Harris has got a fast chassis. She just needs to figure out how to make it turn, that's for sure. Coming through the pits, going to the scales. Good to see the Yellow 77 got to the scales this go around. Had a rough season, especially trying to back up a championship season. 33 right there going to victory circle. Nobody can count how many trophies that guy's got. I know he can't. Obviously 45 years of great experience. Rookie of the year, 77. Wyra, Hall of Fame guy right there. We want to hear what that guy has to say. Good to see that guy back in victory circle, especially on his birthday. That's awesome.
Well, once again, congratulations, Kenny Chandler. What a great victory. What a way to win on his birthday.
The point standing right now, seeing Kenny Chandler 76 behind Jordan Harris, Andrew Prince at 85 behind, myself, Ryan Bailey, 122 behind in 4th, 152 for Jessica Harris. That's going to be a good finish for Jessica Harris right there for the season. Sam Harris in the 183. Man, it'd be really nice to get him a good chassis for the rest of the year. Wes has been riddled with problems. 286, I understand that he's only made a couple of races there.
Congratulations to Kenny Chandler again, and let's check it out as he's down there on victory lane.
Kenny Chandler up and out of the 33 machine. There you go. Kenny, I tell you what, man, first, happy birthday. Not a bad way to finish that one off in victory lane, huh?
Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad we got this car back out. I've had this car since 95. Thank champions. That's a good car to drive.
Good car. I like the color. A little throwback on the color. And you guys are rolling here. Good to see you back out here. Great race for the Project Filter Pro-4's.
Thank you much. Gotta thank Fairly Reliable Bob's, Motors Auto Machine, Jim's Drivetrain, and of course, Project Filter. You decide when, and we'll show you how.
All right. Hey, you guys. Get over there. Get a photo on the birthday boy, man. Whatever. Meridian Speedway. Kenny Chandler. Project Filter Pro-4's.
We are here with Kenny Chandler, proving once again why he's a 10-time champion, tonight's main winner. Kenny, you started at the back of the pack, you fought your way to the front, and never looked back. Is that birthday magic, or was that strategy?
It was just a car that was working really good for me tonight, and that's why we brought this car back out, because we get along really well together.
Have you ever been able to win on your birthday before?
I probably have won on my birthday before. I've had a lot of birthdays around here.
Who would you like to thank tonight?
Well, we'll thank Fairly Reliable Bob's, Motors Auto Machine, and Project Filter. You decide when, we'll show you how.
That is your 10-time Pro-4 champion, Ken Chandler. And I hope you all enjoyed that race. Huge thanks to our local talent, Daniel Christensen and Ryan Bailey. We are absolutely untrained professionals, but we have a blast bringing you this broadcast. And with that, we remind you, it's not a day of the week, it's a state of mind. Thanks for tuning in.